What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Yakuza Fan Podcast, episode number 16 for December 14th, 2016. I'm Deacon. I am back with my co-host Cal.
Why are we doing introductions?
Because this could be somebody's first episode.
No.
It could be.
Who wants to listen to this?
No one's going back to listen to episode 1. We're all about the future here. Cal.
This is the present.
Not for most people. Cal, I've had a hell of a week. I have been playing Yakuza 6 as much as I can, which surprisingly isn't as much as I want it to be.
Mm-hmm. I have more cats than you.
Do you? I don't think that's true.
I got some more.
When? Like tonight?
No, I just have more than you, I think.
I don't think you do. I've been running around Jingaicho. I've been passing out cat food like candy.
No.
Trying to catch all of these cats. I really think we're going to have... When we are done here, we're going upstairs and having a cat measuring contest. I bet you anything that I have more.
Fine.
If I'm in Kamurocho at this point. I don't know where my last save was.
Yeah, I'm not in Kamurocho.
That's fine. So, let's start off as we do every week with what have you been up to this week? What have you been playing? What have you been doing? We've got to get a better segue into this. Cal,
Why? We don't need segues.
what have you been playing this week?
Well, besides getting more cats than you.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
You might have gotten more now, actually. Well, I did play some Yakuza 6, where I'm skipping all of the cutscenes, much to everybody who I speak to's dismay. I have no idea what's going on, other than what you tell me. I have no idea what's going on in the sub-stories.
Yeah.
It is confusing, but I'm mostly playing it so I can catch cats.
That's fair.
I'm satisfied now. I haven't caught too many ghosts, though.
That's okay. As far as I can tell, there isn't actually a stat for catching ghosts. Like, there's nothing in the completion list. They're just there.
That's weird.
It's super weird, but I love that. Like, to just make them completely optional. You don't need to worry about them and just... I wonder how many there actually are, if we're ever actually going to get a proper full list of all the ghosts.
Maybe the photos are what it tells you. Like,
well,
maybe
no.
that's kind of...
I don't know. Like, there seems to be different amounts of ghosts per photo.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I have plenty of grievances with 6, which we're not going to go into here.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think I've been playing anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
You live with me. What have I been playing?
I guess there hasn't been a lot else.
I have not had any time to play video games.
It's true. You watched like 3 hours of Dirk Gently yesterday.
Yeah, but that's important.
Yeah, it's very important. Okay.
No, I've been listening to lots of video game music.
Yeah.
Because we're going on Radio Sega on Friday.
Okay, I feel like this could be a plug at the end. But you know what? Let's do it now, just in case people tune out. For when people tune out.
Yeah. Have you seen our drop-off rates?
Yeah, it's
They're
true.
tuning out now.
That's true. So, yeah, we are going to be appearing on Radio Sega. We're part of their... Is it FanFest or Winterfest?
Winterfest.
Yeah, I think it's Winterfest. And we're going to be having our own little radio block where you're going to get... Basically this. It's just going to be us shooting this shit, talking about Sega.
Yeah, but not just Yakuza.
Yeah, it's going to start off with Yakuza, then we're going to move into the just more generic Sega discussion with Yakuza stuff kind of sprinkled in between, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, we're also going to be playing some of our favorite Sega music, which I'm looking forward to.
I am too.
I have such a deep love of Sega and all things connected to them, so we've been putting together our lists. Yours is more done than mine is.
Yeah, like, as in mine's done and yours not?
Mine is a conceptual process. It's coming.
It's all Jet Set Radio music.
It's mostly... No, that's not true. There's a lot of Yakuza music in there. And then a lot of Sonic music. And it's going to be a thrill.
I had to go through a list of Sega games. It's pretty shocking, the games that they make.
They make so many.
And there's so many games that I love that have awful music.
Like what?
Toy Commander. Toy Commander has awful music.
I don't know if I've ever listened to Toy Commander.
Dude, I don't... You know, I don't think I have either, because I wouldn't put on the music.
Yeah.
It was like, I clearly was listening to my headphones when I was playing this game, because I don't remember it being so bad.
Who is it that made Oingo Boingo for the Dreamcast?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know that game. Okay, who made the Floygan Brothers? Okay, this is going to be some stuff that I need to go and look up after we're done here, because those are two games that I have really fond memories of, and no one remembers them. Especially the Floygan Brothers.
They don't sound good.
The Floygan Brothers was amazing. Okay, you know
what?
what?
Was it Japanese?
No, I think that might have been Sega Europe.
Well,
maybe
that might have been why.
Okay.
You gotta remember, I didn't have access to the entire library of Dreamcast games early on.
Look, I understand that I am probably... I have to think that I am one of the main reasons why the Dreamcast went under in Australia.
You are. Like, I owned at least 10 Dreamcast games, which is a lot for the Dreamcast.
It really is. I don't think I owned that many legit Dreamcast games.
Did you own any?
Oh, yeah. We had Soul Calibur, we had Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, I think Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, I think.
Why would you buy that?
That is the best Street Fighter! That's why you buy that. Everything else can go in the fucking trash. You own Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, the third chapter. You need more Street Fighter 3. It is
I
the
don't really
best.
like Street Fighter.
You need to get the fuck out.
I had Sonic Adventure as well. I
Yep.
had Sega Rally.
Yeah.
Ready to Rumble Boxing.
And this is
Tycoon,
the- and this is the
Toy
kind
Story
of-
2.
This is the kind of discussion. This is the kind of discussion that you can expect when we host Radio Sega.
What
in
other
3
games did I
days.
own on the Dreamcast?
Yes, we will be reading our lists of games we owned and whether they were good or not.
I think at this point, though, with the prevalency of piracy on the Dreamcast and the fact that nobody cares anymore, we've probably played every Dreamcast game between the two of us.
I've got to think I've played like every Dreamcast game except for Sega Rally. Like,
Why do you hate on Sega Rally?
I
It is
am.
the best racing game.
I am not a fan of racing games. Like, I like Diddy Kong Racing and I like Daytona, and that's it.
Well, if you like Daytona, you'd like Sega Rally. They're almost the
Look,
same game.
I'm sure I would. If I gave it a shot, I'm sure I would enjoy
It even
it.
cheers for you when you lose.
Of course, Daytona's got that awesome game over music.
Oh, Sega Rally's the one that goes game over. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Sega Rally has the best game over music. Okay. Let's move on from what you've
And
been...
they both have vocal theme songs.
Let's move on from what you've been playing this week and talk about what I've been playing this week.
Nobody cares about Yakuza 6. That's not why they're here.
Yes, nobody cares. Okay, so I've been playing a boatload of Yakuza 6.
But we're not allowed to say anything about it.
That's okay. I'm not going to get into spoilers. Don't worry. I have a whole rant coming up about that. So I've been playing the hell out of that. Just like I said, when I can, I got it launch day, and with my work schedule and my life schedule, I've been trying to slot in as much time with the game that I can. I am kind of rushing it at this point. I am really shocked at how you do not need to activate some of the mini games. Apparently, this is just from what I've been reading, because I haven't encountered them yet, just the way that I'm playing. The baseball is tied to a sub-story. I haven't activated that sub-story.
No, neither have I.
The fishing is tied to a sub-story.
What?
Yeah, I haven't activated it. In all the previous games, it would have just come up.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be walking, you would walk from one cutscene into an unskippable, this is what we're doing, this is how you do the another drama, or this is how you do...
You're stuck in it.
Whatever, yeah. And they kind of did that with the Clan Creator. Like, and maybe this just speaks to because they want to sell you cards, because they want to sell you that DLC.
Yeah.
The Clan Creator is set up like that. You walk out into unskippable cutscenes where people show up and then walk you through playing a match of Clan Creator.
Yeah, I haven't hit that point yet.
That's okay. So I think after I'm kind of done here, I'll go into my impressions. I'm not ready to give like a full review yet, and when I'm ready to give a full review, I'll do a proper Club Sega review video.
Yeah.
Now, so far, I'm enjoying Yakuza 6.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It's fun.
Yeah. It is really fun. I really like what they've done with the battle system, to a point.
Yep. I'm really bummed out about the lack of heat actions. Like, there's certain situations where it's like, this should be heat action, and it's not.
I think so, too. There are some amazing ones during the boss fights, but it's the day-to-day smaller heat actions that
the custom
seem to
ones,
be a little... they're a little lacking, right?
I haven't been able to do one, like, on a car or anything.
I mean, I've done a couple of them, but they're all just...
Slam the face.
Yeah, like, there hasn't been anything unique. Like,
Yeah.
I remember
but
by the end of Yakuza 5, and, like, I haven't gone too deep in, like, KIWAMI and Zero, but there are so many heat actions. And, like, every single thing... There is one where you've got, like, a shaker of salt, and you can grab someone by the collar and sprinkle the salt into their face.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. There's none of the weird stuff like that in 6.
Yeah, and even, like, we found one that is a selfie stick. And
that was the best one.
Tied to the same animation as a crowbar, though.
Yeah. There's
kind of reused.
And every single larger object. Like, if you pick up a bike, you smack them with it, then you jump up the air and just slam them on the ground with it.
I was so disappointed when I did that with the big cone. I thought I would put the cone on his head or something.
That's what I was hoping for. Like in previous games, they have those animations where you put a box on someone's head and then you slap it around.
Yeah, and I was expecting that with the giant cone.
Yeah, also with the bike, I thought you would like do the same, like where you hop on the bike and then ride it into them.
Okay.
But like in this one, it's the exact same animation. Like, every item seems to have the exact same animation. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, to a point. Yeah. Like you pick up a broken beer bottle and you'll stab it into somebody's gut and then kick it, which is the exact same animation if you find a dagger or a knife. Like all the weapon types have the same heat animation, which is it's a little disappointing. But
there are some weird ones, so maybe they unlock differently, because there was the one that I did by accident, which is where you kind of shove someone's face into a girl's chest.
That's a heat action you have to buy.
Yeah.
Like that you actually have to go in and buy.
Yeah, I bought that one in my game after. Yeah. That's why.
So, like I said, I'm really loving Yakuza 6. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about the story. I don't want to go...
What you can understand of it?
No, I've got a pretty good handle on it. I don't want to go into it because I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm liking the story so far, but it does seem to be the weakest in terms of weird twists. Like, the amount of crazy things that happen in every other Yakuza game.
This game is more grounded in reality.
This is so grounded. It really feels like they didn't want to go off the rails. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's just very set, and there's no real surprise moments. And when there is, I didn't find them very good. Like, they were there, but I found... This game focused a little bit more on the human drama than it did the weird set pieces.
Yeah, which, some people might like that, but it doesn't fit well with the other games.
And that's what I'm thinking. I think that if you're going into Yakuza 6, it is a fantastic game, but you need to temper your expectations that it's a different game.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the other games. And I'm not just talking about the battle system. I mean, even though it's set in the same place, I'm finding the whole feeling and tone.
The tone, yeah.
Is very different, and I think this comes down to having a different director.
But did it have a... Can you explain this director thing to me?
Okay, Nagoshi, he directed 1 through 3, I believe.
Right, and then he pulled away.
And then he became what's it called?
Chief creative
assistant. No, not assistant director. A producer, I believe.
Okay.
Or something like that, or executive director, or something where it's kind of more hands off.
Yeah.
And then Yokoyama took over directing it.
Right. Does Yokoyama continue to write them?
Yes. Right. And he does a bunch of the audio as well.
Yeah.
So he kind of is still...
So he's still micromanaging.
Yes. And then this one is actually directed by... I can't for the life of me remember the guy's name. And... Already, I'm feeling a different tone. It's the same with...
So is it a different director than, 4 and 5? Do each game have...
No, it's Nagoshi up to 3, and then Yokoyama up to 0.
Okay, and then this
one is
so
someone
Yokoyama
else.
wrote this, but it's not being directed by him.
Yes, and you got to remember, it's not... It's a scenario... He's a scenario director, not the full story writer. Like, he writes the scenarios that ties the game together.
I thought he was credited as the writer.
When you're the scenario director, you get given the situation and the overall world and plot, and then you write the things that tie everything together.
I thought that was him at the beginning. I don't think that's what he does now, though, is it? That's what...
It is very unclear. I believe the director still has a big hand in the story as well. It's very obvious, though, that they've either toned down Yokoyama or he had to listen to the director's input. Because this game, whilst, as I said, it's great... doesn't fit that same style as any of the other ones.
And I know that we've been arguing a little about this on Discord, but I would say that this game is actually written better than all of the other ones. It's just not written like the other games.
I don't know about that. Wait until you get to... You know what? I don't want to spoil anything here, but just keep playing. But
I've watched you play.
Okay, but you know what? I think that I'm going to announce it here. We're going to do a spoiler cast. Once we're done the game and we get all our thoughts and feelings in order, I want to sit down and I want to discuss it with you, and maybe we can get someone else in on our Discord. I would like to have a little round table about whether this game holds up against the other games.
Yeah. Well, so far what I'm seeing with the writing in this one is, Yokoyama's style of writing is to just keep upping the ante in every scene.
That I agree with.
And this one isn't doing that.
I feel like this one has a little bit more of a.
I think
This one feels like the game is winding down.
yes.
Like it feels like a final game. You even with all the other cities in Yakuza 5, it all felt very vibrant, full of life.
Yeah.
But Jingaicho has this really small town. Everything moves a little bit slower kind of feel to it.
It does. It really captures that, actually.
Yeah, like everything's not the hustle bustle of the city. It's everything's slow. Everyone's doing their own thing. It's this small little fishing town on the water, and it's just
People's problems are not so bad, even if they're...
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of feeling that I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how I feel when I play this game. It's not as bombastic as previous titles.
Which, as far as from what we could tell from interviews, is exactly what they were going for. Like, it seems like they made the game they wanted to make.
Now that I don't know about. Like, I'm not totally sure what the feeling they were going for, but this is the one that's giving me.
Yeah. But they did say that they want Jingaicho to feel like...
Yes, and they nailed the feeling of Jingaicho. That is hands down one of my new favorite places in video games. I love how that works.
It's so, like, you probably have seen this on the website already, but it's so well put together. Like, the layout of it.
It is...
It's creative, it's different.
Yeah, there's all these little nooks and crannies. The
side streets, and there's like a bridge, you can go under it, you can go over it.
Oh, it feels so good. Yeah, that is the best description of a bridge I've ever heard in my life.
In video
games...
games...
You can go under it, you can go over it, it's a bridge. In a video game,
that is a big deal.
It's nuts.
It is. Like, there's different paths. Like, there's height and there's depth.
Okay, I will give you that. It's almost like a better version of when you go onto the rooftops in Kamurocho for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like there's more to it.
The rooftops are empty and kind of dead in Kamurocho for the most part.
Yeah.
Whereas everything has something, and it's very well populated with, like, different, like, garbage or whatever you want to find in an alleyway.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I've been collecting garbage in this game. I've got like seashells and seaweed and shit.
What is all this garbage for?
I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet. Like I said, I've been barging the story. And
cleaning up the town.
My pockets are full of seaweed. I don't know what I do with it.
I haven't figured that out either, but you can't feed it to cats.
No, like I said though, I've just been I've been going hard on the story. I've been ignoring basically everything else. If I run into a sub story, that's great.
And there are some really good sub stories.
The sub stories to me, this is the best game for sub stories.
Yeah,
I love everything about it. Now, I want to. There's two that I want to say. Just who cares?
What? No.
Oh no!
Save it for the spoiler cast.
Oh come on!
Nope.
Can I say one?
No. They'll be mad at us.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say one. Okay.
Don't you do it?
I'm gonna use the keywords. I will use the keyword.
The keyword.
The keyword I'm going to use is drone. There is a way better and to me way more interesting sub story that uses a better keyword. And Cal, you know exactly what that keyword is.
Yeah.
But I'm going to talk about the keyword drone and just leave it at that and say that was a really fun sub story. And
so far, my favorite involves Michiono.
Michiono is really good too. Although I'm
just happy to see him.
Yeah, the whole Michiono bit is fantastic.
Oh no!
Yeah. So that's the impression so far. It's so far not my favorite, not by a long shot. Like 3 and 5 still take the 2 top spots for my favorite.
Yeah.
I am up in the air where this fits in my list.
Well, you haven't finished it yet. You can't.
I know it could take this. It could take a weird turn. I don't know what what fate
telling us
awaits Kiryu. I'm still avoiding spoilers wherever I can. I'm gonna maybe I should try and get this finished tonight, just so I can stop avoiding the Discord. Yeah. I've been purposefully not going in there during the day because I feel ashamed. I feel like walking into this club where everyone knows what they're talking about, and I'm like, everyone's dressed in like nice suits, and I'm walking there dressed as a bum. I'm like, oh yeah, hey guys.
Yeah, we're all equal.
Okay, so that's my impression so far. Great game, not as good as 5.
Yep.
I don't. If I had to review it now, if I had to give it a score now. Or if I had to talk...
No, don't do this.
No. I want to relate this to the Famitsu score. Okay? I don't think that a 39 was good for this game, I would have knocked a few points off. I think it is a very, very good game. I think it's...
Do you
But there are a lot of
that review is biased because of their exclusives and stuff?
I do not trust Famitsu reviews at all. They are biased, especially towards Japanese games.
That's fine. I respect that they're biased towards Japanese games, but in this specific case, the amount of tie-ins with Famitsu is really suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has their own preferences.
We do a segment called Famitsu Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then Famitsu gives the game an almost perfect score. Like, and then they've got exclusive interviews and articles.
It's awfully suspicious, isn't it?
I'm not here to accuse Famitsu of anything, but if you want to be a credible games journalistic integrity kind of magazine, you can't do that.
Why not? What if they really believe in that score? Like, you gotta have exclusives.
Okay. Here's the other reason why I dislike Famitsu scoring. They have 4 people that score the game.
I agree with this.
Unless those guys all got the review codes months ago.
Which they very well could have with
There's
the amount
no
of
way.
exclusivity.
No, there's no way.
But it doesn't matter that you don't have time to properly finish the game when you're reviewing multiple.
But there's 4 people that review not just it, but every other game that released that week.
But are they the same people?
Yes. Like, don't get me wrong, there are different people for different games, but they do review multiple games. And the reviews are only like 2 paragraphs long per person.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell you anything about the game.
It's a very weird way of doing
It's
things.
so bizarre.
I don't agree with Famitsu. I have a lot against Famitsu, but...
I like Famitsu
I just think that
as a magazine. Like, Famitsu is the only kind of magazine that feels like what we had as kids, where you would walk into a news agency and you would pick up a magazine.
Yeah.
And you would just flip through Nintendo Power and you'd see all the cool shit that's coming up.
Well, Nintendo Power came in the mail.
Yes, but I feel like Famitsu is still that beacon of hope for Japan, where you can walk in, just pick up this magazine, just look at actual exclusives that don't leak online.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just something that comes from being such a tight-knit Japanese games for Japanese gamers. Like, they get so many exclusive on Japanese games that don't leak out, quite simply because the rest of the world doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. The people who would be leaking this stuff isn't.
Exactly.
But also, game developers in North America collaborate more, they talk more, there's a lot more going on with them in general. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot easier for stuff to leak.
Oh, God, yeah.
Or they're just, really bad at it. Everyone seems to be really bad at keeping their secrets.
Yeah. So, I think we should move on just before we say something else. So, spoiler cast incoming. I don't know when. I'm going to get Yakuza 6 finished up tonight. Yeah. I'm right there, man. I am in the final chapter.
Yeah.
So, we'll do that.
I was going to say, though, as far as the games go, for me, like, I didn't play all of them, like, to completion, but I've seen the story. I have, however, played the combat in every single one of the games. Yeah. And I gotta say, I'm having the most fun with this one, with 6.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the heat actions are bumming me out, but because everything, in my opinion, is so tight, and I love the upgrades to the targeting system where you don't have to necessarily lock onto one person if you're fighting multiple people. The way it jumps between in combos, I actually really like it.
I'm going to go the other direction and say that I'm not a big fan of it.
No?
I think that the fighting was better in the previous games. Like, having tried the fighting system in Zero...
I haven't played Zero.
And even Ishin, just jumping between styles, I really like that.
But
and once you've seen... There are some amazing moves. I keep talking every time that I do it. There is a move Kiryu has where he does like a jumping right hook. And you like one-shot people with it. And it feels so good and visceral. But... then you start to pay attention to the animations, and it's touted as a fluid fighting system, and no 2 fights are the same, and then I just end up doing the exact same moves over and over again.
But that's every Yakuza game.
It's not, though. Once you hit Zero onwards, and they start really messing with the fighting systems...
Well, Zero was the most recent, wasn't it?
Kiwami. There's like Ishin... Sorry,
well, I haven't played Kiwami.
Ishin, Zero, and Kiwami all share the same fighting system. So, take that as you will. I just don't think...
See, the last one I played was 5. So,
but that's just it. I still prefer 5's fighting system.
No, I don't. I prefer 6.
I don't know what it is. It's weird. I am very, very torn on this game. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike the new fighting system. I just liked 5's better.
Oh, see, I have more fun with this one. I'm actually having more fun with the combat than I did in 5, and some of that does have to do with the fact that it's not these long loading screens.
Yeah, I will say that
it's not a chore anymore.
5 kind of fixed that,
and I love knowing where people are on the map.
Yeah,
that's something instead of the random battles. So
yeah. So, like I said, I don't want this to be negative because it is still a wonderful game. I'm having a ton of fun with it. There is so much to do. Clan Creator, I'm not a huge fan of.
We'll talk about that later.
That's incoming. Clan Creator feels like a little bit like Baby's first RTS, but it does have a lot of style, and it feels fun, but at the same time, kind of not as well thought out as any of the Another Dramas in 5.
Yeah, I really like the Another Dramas in 5.
Yes, so. I would take any day of the week in Another Drama over Clan Creator. I think all of them were more well thought out and more fun than playing with Clan Creator. But again, that's just my opinion. I don't like RTS games, so...
Yeah, and I might have more fun with that. I think what happened with this one, too, is they really could have used another year of development time. I think that would have fixed a lot of the problems that people have with the game, with it feeling a little bit emptier than the other ones, just the lack of play spots.
You know what? I was wondering whether they ran out of time in their development cycle, and they just said, okay, cut.
Yeah, like, let's focus on what's important to us.
Yeah.
And they did.
That's the biggest thing that I've noticed while playing this is it feels like there's something missing. Like, be it areas within Kamurocho or just moves or things that you could do in previous titles that are just now gone.
But they revamped their whole engine, so...
Yeah, so...
I wonder if they did run out of time as far as that development goes.
Who knows?
In which case, I would hope to see something at it later. If not, then in the next... Whatever their next project is, that they still use this engine.
I really hope they keep using the Dragon engine. Yeah. I do think that there's a lot of potential for it to be just as good as any of the previous ones.
Yeah.
So, let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Next game starring Akiyama.
I don't know who the next game's going to star.
Akiyama.
Really?
And Hana.
No. They do touch on Hana briefly in the game.
I know.
So it's not great. Let's move on.
It's not great?
Let's move on. I'm sorry. When I say not great, I just mean that I want more. You're gonna get people
angry.
I just wanted more.
We want more Hana.
That's
what we want. That's the problem with Yakuza 6.
Yeah.
Not enough Hana.
No, just wanting more. Okay. Oh boy, that was tiptoey.
Yes.
I felt
you know what? Somebody is still going to be mad.
I know. I am picturing the comments now. OMG, I can't believe you guys spoiled Yakuza 6. How could you?
Yeah. Like the time you spoiled it on Twitter.
Unsubbed. Okay.
And you lost 2 followers.
This is something that I have been super mad about in the dumbest way possible for the last couple of days. I posted on Twitter, and I quote, literally all I said was, "He's the father?" And I had 2 people unfollow me, and just about every single person that still followed me come to me and say, whoa, no spoilers.
Yeah.
What do they think this game is about?
Finding them.
The crux of the game is finding out who Haruto's father is. Like, I didn't mention who the father is. I didn't mention whether or not Haruka's even the mother. Like, I haven't said a single goddamn spoiler.
Yeah, but the baby all babies have somebody.
All I said was that he's the father. That could mean anyone. That doesn't even say whether it's someone that we know or someone totally new. It just is.
There is a
person who is Haruto's father. My only guess is the spoiler is that he has a father that can be found out. But am I ruining the illusion to somebody that we weren't going to find out who the father was?
You know what, buddy? You're the father.
Oh my, yeah. I don't know what I spoiled, and I'm super mad.
They were mad about the tone, though.
What tone? All I said was he's the father. I could be saying...
I read one of the replies and it was like, oh, your tone implies that it's someone we know. How does it imply that?
I don't know how it implies that. That was just...
it's someone shocking. It's shocking because it was a reveal. That's it.
Yeah. I found out who the father was. That's the tone. It's like... Yeah, it's either he's the father, he's the father, he's the father. What tone were you reading this in? And how does any of what I just said carry over to what your thoughts were? What spoiler does any of those tones I just used give?
That he's the father.
This makes me so mad.
Calm down, everybody. And seriously, if that is a problem for you with spoilers, get off the internet.
There is no hope.
Yeah.
If you
just give up now.
If you didn't want to know that if you're upset at the single phrase of he's the father, you should be so spoiler scared that you shouldn't even know that Haruto exists.
Yeah, you should be off of Twitter. You should.
Yeah. Just I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Yeah. Maybe, I guess, I don't know.
No, you're not.
I'm really not sorry.
You deleted the tweet, though.
I am sorry that I lost 2 followers, but I gained 1 back, so, yeah. Easy come, easy go. I'm pretty sure my new one was a spam bot, though, so whatever.
Maybe it was
so welcome to our new spam bot follower.
That deactivate it.
That's okay.
I always say that when I lose followers. It must have been a spam bot that got blocked.
Oh, Twitter doing their job. Yeah. Spam bots. Oh, wow. Okay, let's move on. So, Cal.
Yes.
Let us move into the Yakuza 6 DLC that came out today.
I heard about this. I actually know news.
Oh, you actually paid attention for once?
Yes.
So, I tried to play the game a little bit before work today. Mm-hmm. I turned on my PlayStation. 2.5 gigabyte patch rolls in.
Right. So, what amazing things could be brought to us in 2.5 gigabytes?
I went searching high and low for patch notes. It finished downloading. You click options on Yakuza and you see view patch history.
Yeah.
And it's just like special DLC number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So I look at all the major Japanese news outlets. No news. This evening they have posted on the official website saying what is in the DLC or in the update that just rolled down.
Yes.
Which is actually a costume. In the premium adventure, you can get Kiryu to wear his baseball costume.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't know how the game ends, whether they roll back the clock in premium adventure. I'm worried that people are going to hear the phrase premium adventure and be sitting there going, well, hold on a second. If this is Kiryu's last game, how can you have a premium adventure?
We don't know.
I don't know. Okay?
We just know that it exists.
Yes.
You know what? I have played games where the world has ended and then Premium Adventure has rolled it back, so who knows what...
I am fairly certain...
Maybe the world will end.
No, I'm fairly certain, and this is another spoiler for Yakuza 3 this time, so block your ears for the next 30 seconds. I'm fairly certain at the end of Yakuza 3, when you go into Premium Adventure, Rikiya's back alive.
Yes,
and you can go and hang out with him again, and you can choose what costume he's going to wear. So...
Yeah, we can't...
Premium Adventure is not indicative of the final...
Of what's going to happen at the end of the game.
Yes, exactly. So take everything with a grain of salt. It is just fuck around mode,
And
basically.
based on these screenshots, in this costume, you can just destroy people's shops without being in a fight?
No. I guarantee you he's in a fight here. It's a doctored screenshot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah.
I just want to destroy shops.
So yeah, you get Kiryu's baseball outfit that he wears in game. I think that's a kind of a little bit lame. You get a costume.
Where's my Santa suit?
But you get a costume that was already part of the game.
Now you can wear it around.
Yeah, but they didn't make a new costume. You're in a costume they previously made.
But they must have done something because it was 2.5 gigs. It must have been patches, like bug fixes.
I've got to think so. That or maybe it was PS4 Pro textures. It's really not clear.
But that's pretty
It was a
big.
It was a big update for something that unlocks a costume that was already in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what they could have done.
I'm guessing it must have been bug fixes and stuff.
It has to be. I don't know.
And they just don't have clear patch notes.
I don't know. I want to see the patch notes on this because no one... I've had a team of people all day playing this game trying to work out what changed. No one can tell me what changed.
Is Japan not as is it not common there like it is here for developers
notes?
to release detailed patch notes?
I don't know. I'll be perfectly honest. I have no idea. We did find out the next DLC, I believe, which is Michio Ono costume for Premium Adventure.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. So for Premium Adventure, we do get a
free DLC.
Yes.
This is part of their content plan.
Yeah, their content rollout.
So, do we know when that'll come out?
next 2 weeks, some stage. I think
before Christmas.
I believe once a week they release a new DLC package.
Okay, so hopefully that comes out next week.
Yeah,
cross your fingers. And
I think there's 4 or 5 planned DLCs. I don't remember what the second one was, but I'm pretty sure the third one is Michio.
Yay!
Okay, let's talk about Yakuza 0.
Yes.
So Yakuza 0 is still coming west, January 24th, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something. I think it's January 24th.
I think it's the 24th.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, it's still coming west. I'm still excited.
Yeah.
I have been.
I'm actually more excited for this than Yakuza 6 because I can actually understand what's going on in this game.
No, I mean I already kind of know what's going on in Yakuza 0.
I'm so excited to play the early like the sub. What are they?
Sub stories?
Not the sub stories. The other things. The other drama
Play
type
spots?
Things.
Oh, like to building up Kamurocho, stuff like that? Like investment opportunities.
Yes, I'm so hyped for this game.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, you were talking.
Okay, so we got some sad news this week, which I
sad news for the only Vita owner, you.
Hey, I'm a little bit upset about this. I'm not taking it as bad as other people are on Facebook.
Really, everyone on Facebook was super positive.
No, not about this. Not about this one here.
Oh, the bottom one. I was talking about the top one.
Oh, I'm just talking in general. There was 2.
One nobody cared about, one everyone was upset.
Yeah, so there's 2 things that have been cut from Yakuza 0.
Don't say the word cut.
I have no choice. They've been cut. The first one.
This isn't.
Yeah.
This one doesn't count as a cut, in my opinion.
Which one? I'm
first
talking about
one.
this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The first one is Bubble. The Yakuza 0 theme song isn't making it. This is unsurprising.
Yeah, does this surprise anyone at this point?
It doesn't, but at the same time, it's disappointing. Bubble is one of the strongest theme songs in all of the games.
Yeah.
I think it is fantastic. It sets the tone for Yakuza 0.
Yeah, I agree. Like, these songs are so carefully chosen.
Yeah, they're chosen specifically as tie-in songs. They have been choosing songs to represent the series since the second game. The Yakuza 1's Receive You is the only one that is an original song.
Yeah.
Every song since then has been chosen specifically because of how it sets the tone for the game. Mm-hmm. And Bubble's no exception. So I'm a little bummed that it's not
sad.
coming. I'm more bummed about this one than most others, though, just because it's one of my favorite songs in the series.
Right, but they have a budget, and it's not a very big one, and it costs a lot of money to license music. Music's actually one of the most expensive things to license.
Yo, I'm sure. But at the same time, come on.
Yeah, but you can't...
Well, when they're making the contracts in Japan, why don't they just say, we want to license this for worldwide distribution?
I don't know, because there's got to be some way they do it in Japan versus worldwide. I don't know what's going on, or why that happens. Why don't they just pick something that's licensed by Sony Music or somewhere that at least Sony will be able to help them in North America? Know. Like, why not replace it? That would be my question. I don't want them to replace it. I want the real one. Okay. Well, then pick better easier to license songs next time. I guess. I'm a little bit concerned about how this is now going to play into Yakuza 6's localization, because there is, I think, 5 songs, 5 licensed songs in that game, which I think are all amazing. I think that's another thing. The licensed music in Yakuza 6 so far has been hands down better than any of the original tracks. Right. Which is really weird. Like, there is one good track, which is like the Trouble Beneath the Surface track. Like when shit's going down and you're out trying to find clues around Jingaicho or Kamurocho, that dark kind of mysterious track. That is the best. That is my favorite song in the game. It's really brings me back to Yakuza 1 because they had the exact same song at the exact same time, and that was my favorite track in the game. So, okay. Yeah, but those ones, every time like we try and upload a video or something, we're getting flagged by Warner Music. Isn't it Warner? Yes, Warner Music owns the album. I can't remember his name. The composer for Yakuza 6. Right. So it's something that's going to really be expensive to bring over, all of that music, and I guess it'll be interesting to see. I don't think they'll bring it over, but because it's a full album, I wonder if the licensing is a little bit cheaper than a single song? No, but maybe they can at least bundle it if they want to bring the whole thing over. Who knows? I don't know. I think it's all going to be cut from 6. I'm worried about that. I'm really worried about that. Okay, the only other thing that is not making it for Yakuza 0 is the Vita app. Yes. Upsetting literally no one but you. This one actually upsets me
probably more than the song. Because I can live without the song, it sucks. The Vita app, though, is the only way to play Monkey Ball on the go. Like, they have a amazing port of Monkey Ball in this app, and it's free on the PlayStation Store. And you can sync it to Yakuza 0, and you can make money, and you can play in the arena, and you can play all of the Club Sega minigames.
I saw that you could play columns on it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's awesome. And it's not coming out for the Western release, and I don't know why, and I'm super mad about it. Because everyone knows the Vita means life. But right now, the Vita means disappointment. And I'm very upset about this.
Yeah, I would have liked the app as well, but I don't know. Nobody seems to care but us.
Okay, every single week.
So can you not play Monkey Ball otherwise? Like in the game?
I don't know. No.
Because the PlayStation has a gyro.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's the other thing. Yakuza 0 is set in the 80s. There's no Monkey Ball.
Right.
So, the Monkey Ball was just for the app.
To be fair, didn't Columns come out like 1990?
In the arcade, I think it might have come out a little bit earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because everything is fairly time appropriate. Someone let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that.
I don't know. We've seen inaccuracy, like stuff that's been inaccurate.
Yeah, anachronisms.
Before. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were
late.
going for. It is. Okay, so I'm bummed out about that. So, but what can I do?
Whatever. Everyone on Facebook was like, "Oh, that's okay. I'm just glad the game's coming
That's
out."
just it. I'm bummed out about that. And then I sit down and I think, well, hold on a second, idiot. There's 3 Yakuza games coming out in the next year and a half. Don't be sad. This is nothing. You have 3 games coming out that you can sink your teeth into, all in English. That is unheard of.
I was like me. I got mad because I had to. What was it? Oh, I had to get my picture taken for a magazine that I was going to be in. But I was going to be in a magazine.
Yeah.
But I was hung up on the details.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so that's basically that. The next piece of news we have. Ryugogotoku KIWAMI won the User's Choice Award at the PlayStation Awards 2016.
And this is in Japan, right?
This is a Japanese award show put on by Sony and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Now...
Was it subbed or anything?
No. Or if it was, I don't know. But it was pseudo in English, like they would announce it in Japanese and in English.
Okay, so it was kind of intended for a worldwide audience?
Yes. So Now, I'm going to let you know right now. This is how I want an award show done in the West. It was so...
No Schick fighting?
Oh my god, you can fuck that Schick Hydro bot off as quickly as you can, please. The Japanese PlayStation Awards was done so well. Just, everyone seemed to be there just because they love the games. There was no weird advertisements. There was no announcement trailers or anything like that. They actually seemed to genuinely be there just because...
To celebrate.
To celebrate and, specifically these developers.
Yeah, to shuffle on stage.
That was great. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys... The reason Yakuza 6 didn't win an award is because it came out after the cutoff date for the voting. KIWAMI didn't win any other award except for the User's Choice, which, to be fair, it's a remake of a 10-year-old game, which already has mixed review scores. So I'm not surprised. What really irks me, though, is that they gave the award to 10 games. 10 separate games won User Choice Awards. And there is no ranking differences, like someone didn't get a gold, someone didn't get a silver. Everyone got a trophy for being ranked somehow in the User's Choice Awards. And I don't know how. I don't know what the criteria was. Apparently, people were able to vote on it. My guess is they were able to go into the PlayStation Store and download something to cast their vote. Mm-hmm. I guess.
Fucking millennials.
I guess.
Participation trophies.
But I don't understand how this was judged.
Well, there was a lot of games that came out, though, so...
But they had 10 devs on stage. My favorite was seeing Miyazaki from FromSoft. He was on stage holding an award. And then a few spots down was Nagoshi standing there holding an award. Yeah. And they ran out of room on stage, and so they had to get Nagoshi to shuffle closer to the rest of the crowd. He looked so confused. He's like,
he always looks kind of out of it, doesn't he?
He does. Like, everything is beneath him. He's probably sitting there holding his trophy going, I'm the CCO of Sega. What am I doing here?
Yeah. I have work to do.
Why didn't I send Yokoyama to this?
I think he likes going.
I think that he likes the celebration of video games.
Yeah.
And especially of Sega. He's such a company man. I think that kind of love of the company and the work that they do, he really reflects that and feels that.
Well, he kind of won the lottery as far as like apprenticing under people go.
Oh, yeah. Like, he showed up for work and, oh, by the way, today you're going to be working under Yu Suzuki, guy we hired off the street who has an art degree.
Yeah.
You're going to be making games with Yu Suzuki, and then you're going to become a director. What a fucking career.
Yeah. Well, Yokoyama's the same. He went to school for PR, and then it's like,
oh, by the way, direct Yakuza 5.
Video games seem like fun, I guess. I don't read books, and now I'm the writer, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Watch Forging the Dragon, by the way.
Okay. Now, me and my daughter, we watch a show called New Game. And in that show, this is an anime, they have this high school girl who was just hired at a game company, and she's doing the art. Like, she's fresh out of high school. So they hired her to work in the art department. I thought she was out of college. I thought she had an art degree. Is she out of college? I don't know. Wherever. Yeah. I think she's just out of high school. Well, wherever the hell she's out of.
Yeah, you're right, because I think she's just 18.
Yeah, and she wears like her school uniform because nothing else fits. This is very important for the plot. But the point is that she comes to work, doesn't know how to do any of the things that they do, and then she
doesn't know how to use the software that they use to draw in 3D.
Exactly, and then so they train her on the spot and teach her how to do the job of that department. Now, anywhere else in the world...
But is that still true today?
I don't know.
Or is this just an anime?
I don't know. I wonder if this book was written by someone who maybe grew up of that time.
Yeah.
And hasn't realized that, no. Now, if you want to be a programmer, go to a college or
you go to school, you learn
go
that
to a university.
Skill.
Yeah.
And if you're in North America, we want you to have a degree and 10 years of experience for an entry-level job.
Yeah, exactly. So, I can't believe the lives that these men of Sega have lived, because...
Yeah. And what luck.
Like, what a way...
That would be like me walking into Sega and getting a job writing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened with Yokoyama. I mean, my skills are not closer to writing than his were. At least I get paid to write.
The difference is that Yokoyama walked into being a planner. Yeah. And when you're a planner, it's like an odd jobsman. And if...
you have to be good with people.
Well, not just that, but Kikuchi kind of saw what Yokoyama was about, and Kikuchi apprenticed him.
Sports and...
No, but he apprenticed. Like, he saw something within Yokoyama that he was then able to say, okay, I can groom this guy to be someone within the company. That's
why that generation, like the generation before ours, really has this strong, go get a job, work hard, move up in the company... like idea, and because that's how it really used to work back then.
Yes.
Now it's like, no, you can't it doesn't work like that anymore.
It doesn't.
So,
it's a shame.
If you want a job in the games industry, if you're like, go back in time.
Yeah.
Start programming when you're like 12. Make some games, and then you can maybe get a job.
Get a portfolio together.
Yeah.
I really wish that it still worked like that. I think that apprenticing under a single person in these kinds of jobs,
yes,
like it really harkens back to the olden days where you would go, and if you wanted to be a blacksmith, you would go and find a blacksmith to apprentice under.
Yeah,
and now if you want to be a games director, go find a games director to apprentice under. And now it's just no, go to school. Go to school for 10 years. Hopefully, maybe you'll get a job.
Have somebody who probably doesn't even know what they're doing teach you anyway.
Yeah.
And then this degree that means nothing, take it and then go to an entry-level job that won't even pay your bills and...
basically, yeah.
Work your way up, hopefully. But, I mean, I've had the opportunity to apprentice because I basically apprenticed under you. You have a degree, I don't.
Yes.
In our field. And it's so much easier and quicker to learn under someone than it is to go to school and then...
It really is. It's because of that one-on-one and hands-on training.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And passing on those skills that somebody else might have. It really shapes how you do your job too.
Yeah.
Like, that's why Nagoshi, he kind of creates games very similar to Yu Suzuki.
Yeah.
Like, you see that in him.
I'd agree with that, yeah. I would definitely agree with that. Okay, let's move on. This is something that I did today that I remember doing years ago when Yakuza 3 came out. And that is Googling the names of all of these tie-in businesses. Now, Jingaicho, not many people know, but it is kind of a patchwork of all of the best spots around Onomichi. And then they've put all of these best places together in Jingaicho as a little town.
So then it's a made-up town based on real kind of
Yes, based on landmark locations.
Okay.
So I spent my day today, whenever I wasn't working, whenever I had a free moment.
We're just supposed to be working.
I had a few moments here and there while I was uploading and doing all sorts of other bullshit. I Googled the names of all of these small businesses and found them all within Google Maps. And as luck would have it, they are all set up to have Street View.
Okay.
So I just jumped into Google Maps and was just walking around these small locations. And it's so interesting to see what bits were taken from where. Like, if you go to the milk bar, the one that's like selling like puddings in Jingaicho, and then you find that business in real life and you go to it in Google Maps and you can look, okay, well, here's the milk bar. Oh, look over there. This is right opposite a train station. Hey, that bridge looks kind of familiar. It looks exactly like the bridge over to the train station, over to the cemetery in Jingaicho.
Okay.
Like, there's little things where you can kind of look at it and go, I get the inspiration from that. Like, it's so interesting.
So did you make a blog post about this?
I got a bunch of them bookmarked. I think I'm going to go through all of them and just do a virtual tour of Jingaicho.
Okay.
And just say, hey, if you want to see this, go over here. You want to see this, go over here. It's so interesting. I've been playing a lot with custom Google Maps.
Yeah.
And so I think that I'm just going to have like a landmarks map for Jingaicho and just I'll load that up and people can just click at what they want to see. Yeah.
Look at you.
I know. It's almost like I do this for a living.
It's almost like you've taken all the stupid Google courses.
Oh my god, I've taken so many Google courses.
I've taken the YouTube one.
Oh my god, I hate Google courses so bad. Here's a little side story. I one time took a Google course where to complete the course, I needed to buy a $60 webcam, have it pointed at me whilst I took a written exam in a certain amount of time, and if I got a certain amount of questions wrong, I'd fail.
Yeah.
Okay, I choke real bad under pressure, so I did all that shit. I failed it. I'm out the cost of the webcam. I am out the cost of actually taking the test.
Yeah.
And as luck would have it, the very next week, Google changed their policies. So now it is a unsupervised open book exam. So I already spent the money to take to get the course material.
Right.
To take the test. So now I'm out that money as well. So at this point, that's nearly $200. That I'm out.
And Google wouldn't refund anything.
No, because Google just changed their policy. Sorry.
Google is off. Like, behind the scenes, people don't realize how bad that company is.
If you completed the course before they changed it, you get like an extra badge on your profile that says, early adopter or whatever it is. And I don't see the point.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any bonuses to being one. Maybe you get like preferential treatment when it comes to like talking to support or something.
Maybe, but Google support again is hit and miss.
It's very unclear. Okay. Let's move on to a couple. Oh, I would also like to say, with Google Maps, Google Maps have also been decked out to work with VR now. So if you have a Google,
I didn't know that.
So if you have a Google Cardboard or something like that, you can slap your cell phone in, bring up the Google Maps app, and all the street views are set up to work with VR.
Oh, well, Google Cardboard's cheap. You can get those anywhere.
They're like $20.
I had them in a magazine the other day.
Yeah, exactly. I was flipping through a magazine to the check, and it's like People or Time or something. They had a little Google Cardboard you just pop out. I found like a tiny little headset in our dollar store. It was like $20. So
in the dollar store.
Oh, whatever, a bargain store.
Yeah, they're everywhere. You can get them Chinese knockoff websites, eBay. They're cheap.
Yeah, exactly. So I totally recommend checking this out. I haven't got a chance to check it out myself yet, but when I get this blog post all done up and everything, if you guys have a Google Cardboard, check it out because VR is awesome. Okay, let's move on. We've got 2 more things, then we can wrap this up.
All right.
Okay, Yakuza 6, the Korean version, was cancelled a day before launch.
This is crazy.
I cannot believe they went to this much effort to localize a game. And not just that, the Japanese version isn't coming out. Like, previously they've released unlocalized, like, here is the Japanese version, play through it if you can understand it. Here's like a cheat sheet. Not even that version is coming out. But they went so far as to have an event in Korea for the 10th anniversary of Yakuza, where Nagoshi flew to Korea to announce that Yakuza 6 would be coming within a week of the Japanese release with a full localization. And thank you to all of the fans that have supported us and all of this cool shit. And then the day before it was supposed to come out, it was still up for pre-order on the official PlayStation Store in Korea. The day before. And then just all of a sudden out of nowhere, oh, sorry, Yakuza 6 is cancelled in Korea due to, cultural differences?
Yeah, it was some bullshit.
And that was it, done. So...
we don't know why. No one's told us.
No one's told us. No one can tell us exactly why. I had some speculation as to why.
Yeah.
Having played through Yakuza 6, that speculation went right out the window. I don't know why this game was cancelled in Korea.
I don't know, because I thought it was... I can't say anything.
I don't... Yeah, it's... Yeah.
But, yeah, the only thing that might make sense is the fact that the Jimmo Mafia is involved. Mm-hmm. But they were involved in other titles.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense as to why this one specifically...
But has there actually been a Korean villain since the second game?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I said this before, though. When you have villains of different cultures, it's a good idea to have a protagonist of that culture as well. And...
yeah, just to show that they're not... like, that everybody of that culture isn't the same.
Yeah, like, the Chinese Mafia was involved in them, but then you also had Tanamura, was it?
Yes.
So, I mean, there's never been a Korean protagonist that you've fought alongside of. So maybe that's part of the problem.
Who knows? Okay, so, shouts out Korea. You know what? The PlayStation 4 is region free. Just import that shit. Yeah. At this point.
Well, I think that's what people will do.
You know what? If you can wait a year and you're in Korea and you speak English and you're sitting there and you're listening to Psy and you're going, man, I really wish I could play Yakuza 6. Don't worry. It'll be coming out soon enough. Import the Japanese version, import the Hong Kong version, import the US version. It's region free. To all of our Korean listeners.
I love K-pop. So.
I love K-pop too. Okay, now, I want to end today's podcast with a little game. Okay?
What? I've been here an hour.
It's okay. This won't take long.
Okay.
This is Yakuza 6 sales data.
Yeah.
How well do you think it did? And so I have a list.
Can you give me you have a lot of biases because you know...
Yeah, of course I know. I had to make the game.
So, I know, but you know how much all the other games have sold. I have no idea how much any of them have
sold. No, okay. I
don't even know how much video games sell on average.
Okay. Usually in Japan, for a regular video game first week sales, like just typical, like nothing fantastic.
Not a Nintendo game.
Yeah, not a Nintendo game, not a Blizzard game. Like something that's like middle ground game is usually between 200,000 and 500,000 copies, somewhere around there.
Okay.
That's a general non-crazy game.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like I said, it's not first-party Nintendo.
Exactly. So
Monster Hunter.
With that as your baseline.
Yeah.
Let's okay, don't look at the screen because I've got all my numbers listed here.
All right, but then I have to turn away. I'll look down. There.
You just close your eyes.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
So, why don't we start? I will get you to guess.
Okay.
I have 5 games here. Don't worry, this will be very easy. I think this will go really quick.
Okay.
We'll save Yakuza 6 for last. So you can get a general idea of how much all these other games are selling. Okay. And you guys at home, you can play along as well. So when I say the name of the game, think in your head how much you think this game sold in its first week of release.
Okay.
Okay, that's the criteria we're going for here.
I get it. Let's go.
Not since release. The very first week it was released.
Right. Launch window.
No. Launch week.
Launch week.
Yes.
It's how they do the blockbuster, like the box office sales too, isn't it?
Yes. So, let's begin. Final Fantasy 15. First week of sales. How much do you think that game sold in Japan?
Oh, I think that one sold probably pretty well.
Okay.
Because people were duped.
I will take a close guesstimate. Like, if you can get... How about this? If you can get the first number correct in how many it has, then that'll count as a win.
How about within 100?
Okay, sure. If you're within 100,000, either way.
I think it's 650.
Okay, that's your final answer. Yes. Final Fantasy 15, specifically PlayStation 4 version.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize there was a PlayStation 3 version until now. Or is there? Oh, there was PC.
No.
Was it? There was PlayStation 3?
Nope.
What was it out? Xbox One?
Xbox One.
I didn't even know that came out on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Well, nobody has it. We're talking just Japan.
Yeah, just Japan.
I'm going
PlayStation
650.
4.
I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Locking it in.
Okay. Final Fantasy 15, first week of sales.
Yes.
690,471.
Oh, that's pretty close.
That is pretty close. That's good. So I'm going to count that as a win.
Yeah.
You did good. Okay. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh, I know.
First week of sales.
Okay, I know that this is the fastest selling Pokemon game of all time.
Okay, now remember, this is just Japan, and I'm going to clarify. I'm not going to be a dick about this. They have a bundle in Japan that is the first 2 games. Like, that is Sun and Moon, sold as a bundle.
They have that here too, I think.
Okay, but I'm not including that in the sales data.
Okay, we're not including the bundle?
We're not including the bundle. This is just the games. We're not including digital either. This is just brick and mortar.
Oh, okay. I'm going with 700.
Okay, you think 700 for Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Well, I guess for each of them, right?
Combined.
People are going to buy both.
Yep, combined. Sun and Moon, not a bundle.
I'm going 900.
Okay, that's your final answer?
Yes, because people want bundles or buy digitally.
Okay. Pokemon Sun and Moon, first week in Japan.
Yeah.
1,590,629
I knew it was
copies sold.
I knew it was selling well, but I honestly, with that bundle and everything and the digital,
that is data where you can look at that and go, "Wow, that is a percentage of the population."
Yeah.
Or it's either Pokemon Sun or Moon.
Yeah.
Like on an island nation, you can actually take that number and apply it to a percentage.
I knew this game was selling well, or was sold well. I didn't realize that it sold that well.
That is not including the bundle version.
That's why I'm surprised, because I thought people would be... And also it came with a DS... There was a DS bundle.
Yeah.
There was the Sun and Moon Together, which came with a figure, I believe.
Okay.
And then there would have been also digital, and a lot of people would buy those digitally as well. Like I did.
Exactly. Okay, next game. This is fun. I like this game. Now... Let's take a look at this. This is a Western game.
Yeah. From
developer Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
And that's actually what they're called in Japan.
Okay.
Watch Dogs 2. First week of release.
Oh my god.
How much do you think Watch Dogs 2 sold in Japan?
250.
That's your final answer?
Yes.
So 250?
250,000.
You think 250,000 for
yes,
Watch Dogs 2 in Japan?
Yes. I would be surprised if it's that, though.
Watch Dogs 2, the first week it was on sale in Japan, sold 39,965 copies. It didn't even break 100,000. It didn't even break 50,000.
That is fantastic.
That is pathetic.
You know, like, I thought it would do a little bit better because, it's actually not a bad game from what I'm hearing. So...
Yeah. I hear Watch Dogs 2 is really good, actually.
I thought it would be on the low side. I'm surprised it is that low. But
yeah, it's really bad.
I did say...
That's really bad. Now, let's go from that, and let's take another step forward here.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 15 for the Xbox One.
Oh, God.
How many copies do you think...
Was that the PlayStation 4 version of Watch Dogs included?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I don't think the Xbox One version actually released in Japan.
Why bother?
Or if they did, that will combine sales. I don't know.
Okay, well, knowing Watch Dogs sales data I'm going with 25,000.
Okay, so you think 25,000 for Final Fantasy 15. Now, do you think that there are 25,000 Xbox One sold in Japan?
I think that everybody who owns an Xbox One in Japan bought Final Fantasy 15.
This doesn't account for people who own both, though. Your logic is flawed.
Oh. Yeah, but even still, there's a lot of people in Japan. There's more people in Tokyo than there is in all of Canada.
Okay, so say that number again. Final Fantasy 15 for Xbox One.
25,000.
25,000 units. So you think?
Yes,
okay,
because I think everybody's doing that.
Okay,
Watch Dogs.
Listeners at home, you guys.
They're mad. It's gonna be 12,000.
You guys have your numbers ready?
It's probably gonna be 12,000.
The launch sales figures.
Yeah.
For Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox One.
Yeah.
3,791. 3,000.
I'm dying.
Why
would they even bother?
Why bother? They wouldn't make their money back on development costs. They wouldn't make their money back on printing the discs.
But they would have, the disc printing I agree with, but I mean the development cost, I guess they're thinking of North America with that.
Yeah, but they put the Japanese version has all the Japanese language tracks.
Yeah, but it's already recorded for the
I suppose. You know what? You can select your language, so maybe it is just as easy as that, but 3,000 copies compared to, again,
I want to know.
Perspective.
I want to know what the Xbox One sales data is in Japan.
I don't have that on hand. This is all I have.
I want to know how many Xbox One owners
I
are
want
in
to
Japan
compare.
now.
I want these to compare again. 690,471 for PlayStation 4, 3,791 for Xbox One. This is not including bundles as well. This is just the base.
Yes, of course.
This is just the day one edition for both consoles.
I don't really see this one being much like Sun and Moon. The bundles will sway the data, but this one I don't think.
No, I understand. Okay, here's our final game. Okay.
Yep.
Yakuza 6,
Yeah.
Poetry of Life.
Right.
Or Song of Life.
Poetry of Life.
Without a period. Yakuza 6, week 1 sales data in Japan. How much do you think that game has sold?
Okay, well, it definitely didn't sell more than Final Fantasy.
Which one?
I think it sold more than the Xbox One version.
Okay.
I think it also sold more than Watch Dogs.
That's a pretty safe bet. I would say that it's a pretty safe bet that just about everything sold better than Final Fantasy and Xbox One and Watch Dogs 2.
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it sold more than both of them combined.
Yeah, you'd be right.
I know.
You could triple that number of those combined, and it would still have sold more.
I know roughly what Yakuza sales data looks like in the past. It usually sells between, 200 to 400 copies.
200 to 400 copies.
1,000.
Okay.
Depending on the game, and then
okay,
over its lifetime, it usually gets up to 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So it's never much of a seller.
Yeah, Yakuza surprisingly doesn't sell that well.
No, it sold enough, I guess. So, I'm going to go with...
Yakuza 6. The Cadillac.
Yeah, this is the last game. This
is Kiryu's finale. There's no more Kiryu games after this. This is the game that Sega is hedging their bets on.
Yeah.
They have made this game the best it can be for the development time.
Well, and we have the renewed enthusiasm because of Kiwami. You've got people who might have just played Kiwami, and then they can go to 6 and kind of get what's going on in a way. They know Kiryu as a character.
Yes.
And Haruka.
Yes.
Anyway, so I'm going to go with 350,000.
350,000?
Yes!
Okay.
I don't think it sold well.
You know what? You're not right,
Yeah.
but the sales data is actually worse than you would think.
Oh, no.
Yakuza 6, but this isn't including digital sales, but I honestly don't think that's going to make much of a difference.
No.
Yakuza 6 first week sold 218,168.
That is way lower than I thought.
I totally agree. But it's not out of a reasonable realm for the Yakuza series.
It isn't, but it's lower than it should have been for this game.
I would think so too. I think that this game is definitely going to spread with word of mouth. I really think they were kind of hedging their bets on having Beat Takeshi in it.
Yeah. Well, and the tie-ins with the cards and the Japan Pro Wrestling.
I think there is more tie-ins in this game. You know what? I think that 5 might have the most tie-ins just because they have city-specific tie-ins. This one has only like the Kamurocho and then Jingaicho tie-ins, which is only like 3 places.
Yeah.
But so I think the game is going to make its money back, and I think that it is going to do well. I think that next week's sales data is going to be really interesting. But yeah, 218,000. That's not bad. I think that is roughly what they expected it to sell domestically. So I like this game. This has been fun.
It's interesting that they're localizing it. Like, that's not really going to help their... You know what, though? What are the North American sales numbers like for Yakuza games? Like for 4, for example.
4?
Because we don't have it for 5, and they won't give it to us.
5, I think, sold better than they expected.
Yeah.
I think that 4 was only like a few 100,000 copies in the rest of the world. Like, this is North America and Europe combined. I'm going to tell you that it only sold a few 100,000 copies. Like,
really?
In both. You've got to remember, we had that Sega document where it actually listed sales data for all of the Yakuza games. Like, cumulative, the Yakuza series has sold, I think it's 9 million games.
Yeah.
And we have the sales data specifically for Japan. So, based on that information, we could say that each game sells a few 100,000 copies worldwide. Dead Souls has notoriously sold the worst.
Yeah.
Where I think that we had some leaked data, or that there was some report going around somewhere where Dead Souls cumulatively worldwide, not including Japan, only sold like maybe 125,000 copies. It was pathetically low.
That is really, really bad.
It's really bad. Dead Souls is so good. I would really like to know what sold better, Dead Souls or Project Cross Zone for 3DS.
That's a good question. But 3DS has a big install base.
It does. And people would buy Project Cross Zone for the other characters.
Yeah. And
then just it happens that Kiryu and Majima are in it.
Yeah. Interesting information.
Yeah, okay. You looking up sales data for Xbox One? Okay. Maybe I can guess this one. Okay?
Okay, how many Xbox... Oh, this is kind of older, though, I think. I can't find it. No, this is old. I can't find good sales numbers. Would you like to know how many Xbox Ones sold last week?
Sure. I'm going to say it was higher than expected. I think that the Vita still outsold it, though. I think that the PSP still outsold it in Japan. Okay, I'm going to guess... I think 5,000 units.
Okay. To be honest with you...
There's no number, is there?
The number I was looking at was old.
It's just a frowny
Here we go.
face.
I found it.
Okay.
Wait, this might just be...
Holy shit, Cal, come on. My game was so well done. Well, and here we have you with scrambling.
Okay, would you like to know? Okay, Xbox One that sold last week.
Okay.
How many did you say?
I think I said 5,000. I think that number is high.
Okay. Apparently 85.
That's 85. 85 Xbox Ones in a week. You know what? I think that the marketing department over in Japan for Microsoft is just killing it. 85 Xboxes in a week. Do you think that they were patting each other on the back? Or do you think they were just sitting there stoically in their offices looking at their report saying that can't be helped?
Would you like to know how many 3DSs sold?
Sure.
280.
Total?
Yeah, because the new 3DS is on SKU.
Of course.
Which sold 90,974.
That's insane. Do they have the stats on the PSP? Or the Vita even?
The Vita?
Okay, how many Vitas did we sell?
7,985.
Hell yeah, Vita means life, baby.
The Vita sold more than the Xbox One, 3DS, PS3, and Wii U combined.
Holy shit. You know
Assuming this is all sourced from Famitsu.
Hey, that's fine. I think this is a good spot to leave it. We had fun with this game. We know the Vita means life.
Okay, this article's from November 23rd, so it's actually a couple weeks old. But whatever.
It's all good. Okay, guys.
I don't think Xbox One sales picked up since then.
Probably not. It's probably less. It cannot be helped.
Yakuza 7, Xbox One confirmed.
No, I don't see how. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. This has been a blast. That game was totally worth it. You were umming and ahhing about, I don't want to play a game. That's going to be so lame and I'm tired.
I am tired and it was lame and I'm mad that I didn't get them all right.
Yes, but that was fun. That was good. I'm going to start coming up with more games because this...
Well, then we got to make our podcast shorter to accommodate them.
There's no more Famitsu Wednesday.
But we still managed to talk for an hour.
I think that we're at an hour 15. I think that weird games are going to take over... the podcast.
Okay. I need to do some plugs here at the end of this podcast, though.
Okay.
So, if somebody hasn't been doing their job here...
Is it you?
No, I don't have a job. That's all you that has a job.
That's true.
People have been asking about the Patreon, and more specifically, how they can get involved with the Patreon, or even what it is. And you're not telling them.
I have heard people say, there's a Patreon? Followed by, what's a Patreon?
So, quick rundown. Patreon is something where you can support content creators online, anybody that you like, usually artists. We're artists, right? Yes. So, there's lots of people on there, but we're the most important ones. Anyway, basically, it's a reoccurring backing. It doesn't necessarily get you anything. We'll go into that in a second. But it's to help support the content that you're getting. So in our case, it's Forging the Dragon and stuff. Now, our Patreon has different rewards. So even if you pledge just $1, you get exclusive stuff in our Discord, which we have a Discord if you haven't figured that out yet. You can find the link to that on the website. That's pretty much it for the $1 tier. We have some stuff coming out though soon, right?
$1 tier is basically just like a little thank you.
Yeah, we support you.
Right? Yeah, we support you. It just goes to help keep the website online. I give thanks. Let us keep doing what we want to do. There is we do have some shows incoming for the $1 tier, which is just something that we're going to be putting out there just for backers. That is going through past Yakuza games, past Nagoshi games, and kind of seeing what it was all about, what led to Yakuza 6.
But specifically, right now, the best perks you get are on the Discord, because you get a special color, you get some little exclusive perks on there. We have a backer chat.
The $1 tier on Patreon gets you the same rewards as the $50 tier
on Discord. So there are different tiers.
Think of the value.
If you go to patreon.com/YakuzaFan, you can see all of that, and I think there's a link on our homepage as well.
Yeah.
But for our $25 tier, we actually do have something special. Like, once you get up in those tiers, we do a little bit more. The
more money you throw at me, the more whoring I do for you.
I should point out now, we are so close to our first goal. There are goals we can set for monthly earnings, and our first one is $200, and we're very close to that goal. So if you have anything to spare, please pledge, because we want to remove ads on the website. That's what that'll do.
Well, once we hit $200 a month on Patreon, I'm taking all of the ads off of YakuzaFan.com. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to have the links to the Patreon, but all those banner ads on the right-hand side, think of all the extra space and work that your ad blocker is going to not have to do with those ads being missing. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never liked putting ads on Yakuza Fan. I really struggled with that when we moved over to WordPress.
Yeah.
But, daddy got to get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Prior to having Patreon, we weren't really making any money off the website. So this money doesn't just go to supporting us and what we're doing, but also, to pay for our domain, our hosting, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and also when we have to buy Yakuza 6 to play it and review it.
Yes.
Anyway, but if you move up there, there's I believe it's the $5 tier where you get exclusive videos and stuff early, and going up to the $25 tier, you get shout-outs on special occasions, like your anniversary, or whatever you tell us, your birthday, something special happening. And we have a birthday shout-out!
Yay, birthday shout-out.
There was a point to this.
This is where we would play the music if we had a soundboard. Keep donating, we need a soundboard.
Hey, yeah, we have an Amazon wish list.
We do. So... How do we want to do this?
I don't know. Well, this is a new backer.
Yes, she just joined, like just in time for her birthday. So I'm going to say this: shout out to Shelby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for backing us. I'm not sure if I can give your Twitter name out, but I'm going to do it anyway because you're a private account, and
you still have to
exactly.
Gatekeep.
So at acgrad_Shelby on Twitter. Thank you so much for the support. Happy birthday.
She's in the Discord as well.
Yes.
With the best name, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's got a pretty good name. See if you can work out who she is. Now.
You're not going to say.
No, I'm not going to say, because I don't know how much info to put out here. So, what do we do? Do we sing?
I don't know. We've never done this before.
Yeah,
Nobody ever tells us about their special days.
No one, as far as I can tell, no one has a birthday or a marriage or anything. Like, I will wish your significant other, who definitely listens to the podcast, a happy birthday.
Yes, shouts out to Horizon, who fell out of a forklift.
Yeah, Horizon, you're the best. Okay. Let's not make this about Horizon. This is about Shelby and her birthday.
All right, so I can't remember exactly when her birthday is, but it's coming this week.
I put you in charge of this.
Well, she didn't tell me the date. She just said in 10 days. She's going to be 26.
It could be her birthday today.
Which is the same age as I am, so...
Yep.
I don't know what else to say now.
I don't know. What do you 26-year-old millennials say to each other?
Nothing. We text.
Oh, no. That's the worst joke. That is the worst.
Okay,
so...
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
What's happy birthday in Japanese? What do they do?
Why would you ask me that on the spot? When we
sing it? Do they sing happy birthday in Japan?
They do, but when we set this podcast up...
Do they sing like happy birthday to you, or do they have a Japanese version?
I think that there's a Japanese version.
Do we have to pay if we sing that song?
No, we don't anymore.
Okay.
I don't know whether you would, like... Would you think that they would give it a cake? Like a birthday cake? Or do you think like an omelette rice with happy birthday written in ketchup on it would be more appropriate?
I don't know, as long as you don't write... What was it on that show?
Coward?
Yeah.
Stop relating everything to Terrace House.
Terrace House is life.
It's so good. Your dream is unclear.
Shelby, what is your dream? Is it clear?
Yeah, what is your Yume? Okay, well, happy birthday, Shelby. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Bonne fête à toi.
Perfect. That's the best you get. Please support us. There's perks, there's rewards. We have postcards going out for our biggest backers. I have postcards. I've got big handwritten thank you notes that I'm going to be sending out into the world on custom made postcards. I'm so excited. I bought a box of oranges today so that I could make next month's postcard. So anyone who's getting a postcard, look forward to that. Yeah, I have a box of oranges. See whether you can work out what it's going to be. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We will see you next week.
Yep.
Actually, no, we will see you Friday on Radio Sega.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in. I want to reiterate this now. Go to our homepage. There is a countdown on the top right corner of the site with a little audio play button underneath that. Clicking that button will start streaming Radio Sega immediately. It's all live. As soon as that countdown hits 0, we're going to be on.
So set your calendar.
Set your calendar, set a reminder, open your phone, tell Hiji, hey Hiji, remind me on this day to listen to Yakuza Fan talk about Sega shit.
Who's Hiji?
You need to play more Yakuza 6. You don't know who Hiji is. That might be a spoiler. Who knows?
No, I think I got to that point. I just skipped the cut.
Yeah,
it's a very early sub-story.
Hiji is in the demo. If you play the Yakuza 6 demo, you know who Hiji is. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.